In hindsight, I should have realized that Geiger Ground Zero was a prequel. A freaking prequel story that we didn't need. We absolutely didn't need this. I didn't realize it. I was the first one expecting that this was some kind of follow up to the main series, but no, this is the origin of the main series. I guess I should have got that because we got a nuclear scientist here who's all like, I'm responsible for the destruction of the world. And our main character, Tariq, he didn't have the control rods in him when he was encountered in the last issue. Should have realized it, but I didn't. So here's where we pick up, and sorry YouTube, I guess I should cover that up. We'll just keep my finger right there. So we start off, the mad scientist comes in, he's trying to talk to him. Tariq is like freaking out, he wants to get into that room where his family is, and in doing so, he's gonna get them all killed. And so our mad scientist is like, bro, don't do that. Tariq's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And our mad scientist does what he does best. He mad sciences. He finds like some control rod materials, and next thing we know, he's stabbing the glowing man with the control rod. Things get weird from there, but they eventually start talking, and along the way, they go to look for a mad scientist's family. The art's really nice, isn't it? And let's just put that down. Let's just look at that art. Isn't it nice? This is Gary Frank's art. It's just beautiful. Once I got like 3 pages into this and I realized it was a prequel, I stopped being so hyped for this because I realized very quickly that this had to be the end of this particular story, of this particular book, and that I was not getting an issue 3 or 4 or 5. And sure enough, I was right. Apparently, Geiger's coming back as a monthly series or something, according to like the end of the book. Because there's an epilogue with Junkyard Joe, which shows how he got from Vietnam to here or something, and can show up in the main book. Like, I don't know why this was necessary. I feel like none of this really needed explaining as a standalone series. You could have just said, had Tariq say to somebody, yes, a Russian scientist helped me out. And then that's all you really need. You don't need, not everything needs to be explained, I guess is where I'm going. And this feels like a simple over explanation of that stuff. So they go cruising, trying to find the scientist's family. They run into, like, a Mad Max dude. Like, come on, he's right out of Mad Max. They run into him, they deal with him. Then we see what happened to the mad scientist's family. We learn their fates. And then we kind of skip to the end, and there's an epilogue with Junkyard Joe. And that's it, man. I really wish I could have been hype about this because I really like the Gary Frank art. Brad Anderson's color work is absolutely spectacular. But the actual writing by Jeff Johns and the story and all that stuff, whatever the hype I had from issue 1, were like, hey, this is some really cool stuff, was gone just a couple pages into this issue. And I just kind of slid across the finish line. And I don't know that I really liked it all that much. So that's where I am with Geiger Ground Zero number 2. I don't think it needed to exist. It's explaining stuff that was better left mysterious. And unless the new monthly series that they're saying is coming out relies heavily upon knowing what was in this book, I frankly don't see the point to having this book exist. Not when you could have had Gary Frank go make another book instead, which could have had a point, which could have been like the dopest book ever written in the history of books that have been written. I always hate to be a downer when I finish reading a book, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. It's kind of down. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great one out there. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, and maybe don't read this. I don't know. But bye-bye.